Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome to Eli Talks Football. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to your first transfer daily for summer 2025. I know it started on 2 days ago, but there is a lot of things we need to talk about today, three in particular. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Jadon Sancho leaving Chelsea after June 30th, and that means he's going to be unlikely to play the Club World Cup. I'm going to be talking about Mike Maignan because Chelsea are interested in a new goalkeeper. And as I'm speaking right now, it looks like that deal is progressing very, very quick. And I'm also going to be talking about Delap as well because he signed for Chelsea for about 30 million from Ipswich Town. So I'm going to give my thoughts on these players. And if there's any more breaking news that just came out, I will be covering them on my YouTube channel. So if there's any breaking news concerning about Chelsea, then this video is the place to be. So make sure you guys like, share, comment, subscribe, and also give your thoughts. On these Chelsea transfer daily players in the comments below. So lots of things to talk about. So first things first, we're going to start off with Jadon Sancho because this news broke out before while I was getting myself ready for work. So without further ado, let's see what the news is. And this is from David Ornstein. So here we go. So as you can see here, let me just make this a bit clearer. So as you can see, David Onsen says exclusive bomber. Jadon Sancho is leaving Chelsea when contract ends on June the 30th after agreement could not be reached over personal terms for loan to turn permanent. Chelsea will pay £5 million penalty to Manchester United, 25-year-old, to explore options in England or Europe for the next move, according to the Athletic in the UK. So, what's my thoughts on this? Well, I'm a bit upset because I would want us to keep Jadon Sancho because I think Jadon Sancho had started off really well. Like the first game against Bournemouth, came on the pitch and got an assist, and then he came, like I remember this guy had like 5 assists in like 4 or 5 games in the Premier League. Like Jadon Sancho started off really good, and I was thinking, boy, maybe we got the Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund, not Manchester United. So he started off really well, but then I say like, but then let me say from January, up to the end of the season, Jadon Sancho hasn't been particularly that great. There's some games where he can be so frustrating, like there were so many times where Jadon Sancho would just get on the ball and just doesn't try to shoot. Really doesn't try to shoot. Like that sort of thing disappointing. And the reason why Jadon Sancho is also leaving Chelsea because Enzo Maresca likes a touchline winger, which is basically a midfielder that's behind, one of the teammates, and then a winger who's basically nearer to the sideline. That's the type of player that Enzo Maresca wants. So Jadon Sancho is not really a touchline winger. It's more like a player that's just inside the box, takes players on, and just try and get an assist or get to goal. That's the type of tactics that Enzo Maresca likes to play. So that's why Jadon Sancho is leaving Chelsea because he started off season really good. I would have thought that we got the best out of him, but then after that, it's just not been that great. So he started off really well, but in January onwards, he has been very frustrating. Obviously, I'm happy for him because he took us into the top four and won us the Conference League, and by scoring a goal off the bench, really good goal, unlike Anthony. But listen, I do get as a Chelsea fan because Matt Law said this earlier today. Worth noting that Chelsea did not pay an initial loan fee for Sancho, so the £5 million to send him back is the same as Villa paying 5 million to loan Disasi, or Juventus paying 5 million to take Vega on loan. Chelsea made an attempt to sign Sancho permanently, but the terms of the player could not be agreed. 15 goal contributions, not spectacular, but not bad. And like I said, Jadon Sancho had an okay season, but not the best. He started off really good, but then after that, he's been really bad. But there's another reason why Jadon Sancho is not staying at Chelsea. Is because if I take a look at these wage salary, and you guys not believe this, he's earning 300 grand a week, 300,000 pound a week with his wages, and it's absolutely crazy for a player like him. It's like you're doing the same thing for a Victor Osimhen, but a bit high, because he earns like close to 400 grand a week. So I don't think any club would ever accept that. So listen, I wish Jadon Sancho all the best in the future. So he's going back to Man United after June the 30th, and we'll see what he does. He could, be part of the Man United squad, but that's going to be unlikely because Fabrizio Romano said that Jadon Sancho will not be staying for Manchester United this summer. So it's either he might go back to Borussia Dortmund, or he might go to Saudi Arabia, because Saudi Arabia have lots of money, and they're not even, just taking a piss. They are being serious. They want to spend players, who can do well in the Saudi Pro League. They signed the likes of N'Golo Kante, Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sadio Mane, all of these best players. Saudi Arabia wants to get more of, and Saudi Arabia is doing the business. So you might go to Saudi Arabia, or you might stay in Europe, but you might go back to Borussia Dortmund. So we'll see what happens. So listen, my thoughts is that I'm a little bit upset, but I do understand, because 15 goal contributions is not great, but it's not bad. And it's the fact that, he's not really a touchline winger that Enzo Maresca wanted to see. And also the wages that he earned is way expensive. Way expensive. 300 grand a week. I don't think Chelsea will ever accept that. So I wish Jadon Sancho all the best of luck in the future, and we'll see where he goes next. So basically, the wingers that we're trying to get is excuse me, the left wingers, of course, is Gittins, Alejandro excuse me, Alejandro Garnacho, and who's the other one? Nico Williams from Electric Bilbao. Now for me, you heard my thoughts about Garnacho, and for me it's a definite no. Just let him, if he wants to stay in the Premier League, either stay at Manchester United or go to a different club, because I don't want to see him at Chelsea anymore. I really don't. It's looking likely, but for me, it's no. It's a no for me. I still want Garnacho to not come to Chelsea at all. Maybe he might do well, but I don't. But I still don't trust him. So Chelsea, do not sign this guy at all, please. No. Gittins. Now I haven't watched Dortmund, so if any of you guys know Gittins, do let me know in the comments down below and tell me how good of a player it is. So I have no comment on that one. Nico Williams is a really good player, but is he the touchline winger that Enzo Wesker wants? I doubt that. I really do doubt that one. So those are the players, the left wingers that we're trying to get, because obviously Sancho is leaving Chelsea, and also Mudryk is still suspended. He's still a Chelsea player, but he's still suspended, and he could likely to leave Chelsea as well. So we're really trying to get like a winger that can just, help the striker, because if we want to at least challenge for the Premier League next season, then we need to get in a proper left winger and a striker. And I'll get to Liam Delap in just a moment. But so yeah, that's the first breaking news, is that Jadon Sancho will be leaving Chelsea by the end of this month. So there we go. Now the next news that we're going to be talking about is Mike Maignan, because Chelsea are looking for another goalkeeper, and he could be the guy. He could be the guy that could be the new goalkeeper. So let's see what Fabrizio Romano has to say about that one. So as you can see, for Bishop Romano, it says exclusive. Chelsea approached AC Milan to sign Mike Maignan as a new goalkeeper. Mike Maignan has still not signed a new contract at the club, and Chelsea are now aware of the situation. He has always been high on Chelsea list with clubs in talks, decision up to Milan. So as it stands right now, let me just see what they're saying. Um, there was something about Yeah, so listen. So from Josie Dodgers, it says Chelsea will make an offer to AC Milan very soon for Mike Maignan and have approval of the French goalkeeper. Now, for me, yeah, what are my thoughts about this one? Very, very happy. Obviously, I still want Diogo Costa from FC Porto, but I don't mind Mike Maignan because this is the type of goalkeeper I want to see from Chelsea. I watched the compilation from him, and boy, oh boy, this guy is an absolute sensational. When it comes to corners, he he gets into the correct position and makes it safe anyway and makes a brilliant save. When it comes to one-on-one, save with his legs. And when it comes to his penalty shoot, and when it comes to penalties, sometimes he can save, but most of the time he can't. But either way, when it comes to corners, really good. Long range shots makes a save. This guy is so good on as a goalkeeper, doesn't get beaten at the near post. When it comes to ball catching, he grabs it really tight. I haven't seen much of his long range pass or short passes. When it comes to his save, this guy can be it. One on one, very good. Corners, very good. Long range shots, very good. When it comes to near post, doesn't get beaten, just focuses on the ball and makes sure that it doesn't go in. So this guy is the type of goalkeeper I want. Now, what I've heard is that it's gonna take Petrovic the money that Salzburg want for him to come back to Chelsea. Now, for me, yeah, I was as for the goalkeepers for Chelsea next season. If Chelsea wants to get Mike Maignan, then get him. If not, then I still stick to my original goalkeeper. The one I really like is Diogo Costa from FC Porto. So yeah, we're gonna make contact and we'll see what AC Milan says on this one. Now, to me, the top, like for me, this guy's a very good goalkeeper. So I'll probably sign him for about potentially 50 to 60 minutes. Not that because he's not like he's a very good keeper, but it's not like an elite for me. He's a very good or slash world class, but not elite. So maybe around 50 to 70 million pounds will be a very good decision. So we'll see what happens then. But I do like the goalkeeper. It just depends if we can get him before the Club World Cup because by next week Tuesday it will close. For only the clubs that are going to the Club World Cup, that deal will be closed very soon. So these owners are up to something. They really are. So far, Jadon Sancho is leaving Chelsea. We're interested in a new goalkeeper called Mike Maignan. And yeah, so really good so far from Chelsea Football Club. So I'm really happy to see that. So yeah, and also, in fact, before I move on to Liam Delap, there's other talks like Noni Madueke could possibly leave Chelsea as well because Pedro Neto is looking like he's going to be staying at Chelsea next season, and also SFL is coming to Chelsea as well. Now, Noni Madueke, if he leaves Chelsea, that means he's going to be unlikely to feature in the Club World Cup in about 11 days' time, since today's the 3rd of June 2025. And the same situation goes for Jadon Sancho. It looks like he'll not be traveling to America to play the Club World Cup because the Club World Cup ends on July the 30th and he's going to be leaving Chelsea on June the 30th. So he's going to be unlikely to be traveling to the squad for the Cup World Cup. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, Noni Madueke could be leaving Chelsea as well, but we'll see what happens from now until next week, Tuesday. So there we go. So yeah, so far I've been talking about Jadon Sancho, my thoughts on it, Mike Maignan to Chelsea as well. Very happy indeed. Let's get the deal done straight away before the Club World Cup. So before I end this video, I'm going to be talking about Liam Delap because he has completed his medical and and he's going to be the new Chelsea player. So let me share this with you guys as well. So Liam Delap has completed also final part of his medical test at Chelsea, and he can be considered as a new Chelsea player. And we signed him 30 million pounds completed from Ipswich Town. Now, my thoughts on Liam Delap is that he's a good player. 12 goals is not is like 12 goals especially for a club like Ipswich Town who have been relegated. It's not that bad. But I did say on the football terrace, it's good that we got Liam Delap, but I feel like for me, we need to get another striker. Now, as I'm recording this video right now, Ekitike from Eintracht Frankfurt is going to be possibly the most likely to happen because Victor Yokeres is still decided between Manchester United and Arsenal. Victor Osimhen is looking likely to go to Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? So for me, it's good that we got Lim Delap. But if we want to at least challenge for the Premier League next season, then we need to get to another striker. Now, I haven't known about Ekitike. I will watch compilations of him, and possibly by the next video, I'll give my thoughts on Ekitike, and if I think he's a good player or not. But for me, the only strikers I want to see Chelsea still focus on is Victor Osimhen or Victor Gyökeres. It's as simple as that. Because Victor Osimhen still wants to join Chelsea, and I want that to happen. Because many people told me that Victor Osimhen is washed or he's not the type of player anymore. But like I said before, 43 GA in 40 games in all competitions is not that bad. And he scored like 20. How many scores has he scored in the Turkish Super League? Let me just have a quick look. Um, yeah, Victor Osimhen so far has got 26 goals. 26, which is a type of striker that I want to see Chelsea sign. You know, players that can score more than 20 goals. And this guy's got 26 goals, yeah, in the Turkish Super League. And he's the top scorer for Galatasaray as well. So to me, it's good that we got Liam Delap for 30 million. Thank God it's not that much. But for me, we need to get in Victor Osimhen. If not him, then get Victor Gyökeres as well. He may not cook in the Premier League, but this guy is a phenomenal player, really good player. I watched the compilations of him, and this guy is an absolute beast. You know, so if we cannot get Victor Osimhen because of his wage structure, then get him Victor Gyökeres. You know, because he wants to play Champions League. You know, he really wants to. So to me, I feel like Victor Gyökeres needs to make a decision, either go to Arsenal or go to Chelsea. But Arsenal, it looks like they're more likely to sign Benjamin Sesko from RB Leipzig than Victor Gyökeres. You know, so it looks like Victor Gyökeres chances of being in the Premier League, he's either got to go to Chelsea or to Manchester United. So for me, I wanted to get Victor Gyökeres because he wants to play Champions League, and that's where we are next season because we finished fourth place in the top four, of course. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, Liam Delap, welcome to Chelsea. I and good player. I'm not saying that he's a bad player, but for me, just like Nicholas Jackson, we cannot allow Liam Delap to be our main striker. It's as simple as that. We just can't let that happen because we make that happen, then we're putting pressure on this young striker, and that means we've failed to sign a striker that can get more than 20 goals in the league. So to me, Liam Delap, you know, is a good signing, but for me, I wanted to get in another striker so that they can teach Liam Delap on how to score goals. Because Liam Delap, you know, when it comes to low block, he can handle it, and it comes to bully the defense and put in the back of the net. That's what he can do. But for me, this guy's a young player. I would still need an experienced striker if we want to make Chelsea challenge for the title next season. So to me, welcome Liam Delap. I wish you the best of luck next season, but let's try to get to another striker. ATK is more likely, but let's try and get Victor Gyökeres as well, since he wants to play Champions League next season. It's as simple as that. But yeah, man, that's the end of this video. So far, I talked about Jadon Sancho leaving Chelsea, my thoughts on it. I talked about Mike Maignan, what my thoughts on it, and how good a goalkeeper he is for us to sign him, and also talk about Liam Delap. Chelsea signed him, complete his medical. Talked about my thoughts on it, and also trying to get to know the striker as well. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts on Sancho leaving Chelsea. You know, Chelsea's getting Mike Maignan, and also Chelsea sign for Ipswich Town for 30 million pound. Let me know how good he is, And also give me your thoughts on if there's any other striker or left winger you want to see Chelsea get before the Club World Cup begins on the 14th of June, which is 11 days from now. So let me know your thoughts on it. So yeah, if there's any more transfer news coming up, I will be keeping you guys updated here on my YouTube channel. So the breaking news that Sancho is leaving Chelsea by June the 30th. Maignan to Chelsea is on, and Delap we've signed him from Ipswich Town for about £30 million. So that's the transfer news for today. So yeah, man, make sure you guys give your thoughts, like, share, comment, subscribe, and if there's any more transfer news coming up, I will keep you guys up to date. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And as always, up the Chelsea.